Yo, what's good, guys? It's Beach. Today we have a different type of video. Today we actually have a coaching video. I do coaching giveaways. I haven't really thought to record them. Some people asked, so here we are. This is kind of an interesting one because this person didn't seem super dedicated to the idea that he could play as much as I wanted him to. However, I definitely think this is worth a watch. If you have any suggestions on how I can make these videos any better, I would appreciate that because I'm going to start posting one a week. But no, these are really, really interesting. It's fundamentals. You guys can all learn from it. And then there'll also be a follow-up at the end of the video, which is a week later. With that said, coaching with a heart, I'm going to do another giveaway in this video as well. And I'm going to be doing these once a week. This is going to be a diamond replay. I'm probably going to do a champ or a GC next week. There's still a whole lot to learn. If you're a champ, you're probably just missing just as much as this player was. Just how it goes, but I think that's pretty much everything. If you guys just have suggestions for me, I'd really appreciate how to do these coaching videos. Because I want to make them lengthy, but I don't want to make them overly drawn out, overly lengthy, and I don't want to also edit a ton of information out, so I'm trying to figure out that kind of in between. Also, he didn't record the game he didn't send the first replay through here. He sent me it through YouTube, so it's going to be a little bit hard to watch at the beginning. Bear with it, but it's a lot of good information. He climbed a ton. Same thing, but coaching with a heart. Any suggestions? Much appreciated. Enjoy the video. Peace.
What's up, man?
Yo, how are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Alright, so I got you in... What mode are we... what mode do you want coach again?
Twos.
Okay, so I have you at Diamond 2, Division 2. Sounds right?
That's correct.
Okay. Let me turn my music down just a little bit.
You might hear a lawnmower in the background. I don't know how loud that is.
You're good.
Alright.
We have Diamond 2. MMR is... Sorry, I just get set up. And I'm going to give you this spreadsheet that I'm kind of setting up.
My MMR is at 938 right now.
Yes, and then your fuzz was... Our fuzz 55, same thing here. In today's date, it's gonna be this. Yep, the 28th. You have right now. You have 120 games in season.
120 games in twos.
Yes.
Is that this season?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I
was playing that much.
Okay, so here's the thing about that. It's about 20 days into the season-ish, roughly. 120 games divided by 20 is about 5 games a day. Obviously, you can do the math. Now, with that said, for my coaching program, your payment to me is 20 games a day.
20 games a day.
15 to 20 games a day. I say 20. Realistically, 15.
Roger that.
If that's not able to be met, I totally understand. Again, I coach people because they want coaching, they want to improve, they want to, get up quickly.
Yeah.
Is that something you're willing to do?
I can definitely get in 20 games like every time I play, but like my girl won't let me play some days. Some days we're all out doing stuff, and then we go stay at her place and don't have games over there, So, but I can get in more than 20 games in one sitting.
If I were to meet with you next Friday, how many how many days do you think you could play?
I'll be playing all weekend.
So there's 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days plus today plus
3 days.
Yeah, I usually get in, I don't know, 2 days out of the week to play.
That's 5. 5. I will give you 5. Yeah. 5 is fine. Okay.
All right.
So with that said, I expect 20 games for those 5 days. Okay.
All right.
Again, the reason I do this is because the people that I coach very competitive. They want to climb. I have like an average of people gaining 150 MMR in like a week.
All right.
So that's why it's because it's a semi-strict schedule, and I get it. It takes discipline, and it's also kind of tough with people's schedules as well.
Yeah. Roger that.
Okay. So with that said, what is your goal with Rocket League?
I I've been wanting to hit champ. Like that is it right there. I want to get into champ and you know, consistently stay up there. You know.
Why? Why do you want to hit champ?
Anywhere past that is, you know, but why? Just, you know, feel good about myself. I don't know. I feel good about myself playing in diamond. Just, I wanna, you know, I wanna get to that next level. I've been stuck in diamond for the past 2 seasons, 2.5. You know, I first got to diamond. It was nice, and then I've been stuck in diamond 2 for a good bit now.
Okay. I guess here's the thing that a lot of people get stuck on, and it's okay. We want to hit goals, but we need motivation / reasons to achieve our goals. I could make a goal of going and buying a supercar in the next 5 years, but I would need to have motivation to do that, right, in order to achieve that goal. So your motivation to achieve champ is to feel good? Because, I mean, you said you already feel good to play diamond. And I'm not trying to, like, be an ass, but I'm just genuinely curious on what we're doing here.
I guess the biggest thing would be, you know, me and my friends kind of challenge each other to, you know, do better.
Okay.
So,
Competitiveness.
you know, being the first one to champ out of my friends. My friends are all close as well. We're all about the same area.
Okay.
We're stuck in D2.
Okay.
But we've been getting a lot closer, so I guess that's kind of my motivation.
Okay. I'll let that slide because it's champ, not because it's like, if it was like SSL and you're like, I'm trying to beat my friends at SSL, I'm gonna be like, that's nice, dude. Because obviously that's, I think anybody can agree that hitting SSL is not an easy task and takes a lot of motivation. How long have you been playing for? When did you get the game?
Yeah, I got it in I think I have 2015 badge. 2015.
Have you been playing consistently since then?
No, I took a 4 or 5 year break playing a whole bunch of Overwatch and Rainbow.
Okay. Did you play Overwatch 1 or 2?
One.
Okay. I hit top 500 in Overwatch 2.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of your older YouTube videos.
Yeah. Yes. I'm trying to hit the top rank at every game, and I hit Overwatch first.
Oh yeah.
So I'll say 2015, but a 5-year break. So let's say 2020, you started really playing.
Yeah.
2020.
So.
Yeah, a lot of people got this game like on release. I would have 100% got this game on release if I had like a computer or something to actually get the game on.
You
And then
didn't have a Xbox or PlayStation?
That's a whole nother conversation. I had a PlayStation, but like it was like my parents were like, thought it was like a sin essentially, like spend your time inside if the sun's out.
Yeah, roger that.
But I wasn't allowed to stay up, so it was, yeah. Anyway, so you said, how often do you play? Like, if I don't give you a strict schedule, what would you say? How many days a week? How many games a week?
Dude, any night I can play. I'm on Rocket League. If I'm not on Rocket League, it's because my buddies want to play like Valorant or some shit.
Okay.
You know?
So let's say 2-3 nights a week, 3-4 nights a week.
Yeah, I'd say a good 3 or 4 nights a week I'm on this game.
And what, an hour or 2 a day, or 2-3 hours?
Shit, I try to play as long as I can. I get off work at 5, and if I got my girl over here, I gotta lay with her for a bit, then I'll hop on, play a good 2 hours. But you know, if she's working, she works night shift. Those are the nights I stay up till about 11 playing.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll say 3 or 4 nights a week for 4 hours a week, or 4 hours a day.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. What is your weakness in Rocket League? What do you, and I don't mean this in like, if you watch like Daniel play or like Zen play or like, damn, I suck at everything. What do you suck at in comparison to your, just in your opinion, and what do you struggle with in your rank?
You might hear it in the replay you're about to watch, but definitely I got a couple things, but one thing is my confidence is not good. That's one big thing. Another thing is my kickoffs are lacking for sure. And then there's sometimes, I don't know if it's because I'm like going autopilot,
okay, or
if I'm just kind of like, I'll make a stupid decision, you know, and then I'll stick to it, and it ends up being just a real bad decision, you know.
Yeah.
I think those are my biggest problems.
Okay. So when you mean kickoffs, you mean do you just have a terrible kickoff, or is your consistency on your kickoff not great?
Consistency on it's
Okay.
not the best, and then also when you get your teammate kicking off and if he loses it at all, I think in both the replays I have, we lose the game off of me trying to save a bad kickoff, and I'm just back too late, or
Okay.
something like that.
Now, you said you autopilot here and there.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your strength in Rocket League?
Strength. I feel like I can be a good teammate, but at the same time,
What does that mean?
I'm not.
What do you mean you can be a good teammate?
I feel like I can, if I'm really focusing, I can actually, stay out of their way and not run over them like a brain dead diamond. But at the same time, sometimes I am that brain dead diamond and I'll run straight over them.
So that, I don't know if that would necessarily be a strength. And here's why I really question you on what does it mean to be a good teammate. In anything else other than games, and I also agree in games, you can be a really good teammate by just supporting your teammate, right? I played basketball in high school, and one of the best players in terms of like team effort and everything never touched the court. And he was just sitting there clapping, cheering, hyping people up, picking them up when they fell down, type of shit.
Yeah.
So in Rocket League, that's why I ask you, what does that mean? So you double backed on your statement and said, I stay out of their way a lot, but however, I still run into them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me something that you think you're better at than your opponents that you play against. Even if it is teamwork, just I want you to kind of test yourself on that a bit more.
I would say I don't know really. I have. Okay, so under like stress, I feel like, or like when the game speed starts speeding up, I feel like I can play a little better than most of my friends. So I feel like that's a good strength. Okay,
so would you say you play better? I know you mentioned the word stress. Would you say you play a little bit more composed, or would you say you're just used to play a little bit faster paced game?
Definitely not used to playing a faster paced game, but in the games that I've had that have kind of picked up in speed, I feel a lot better about those games, if that makes sense.
Okay, so when the game feels like it's getting quick, when the game feels like the pace is picking up, you feel like you can keep up.
And both the replays I have, that whole, I think, 3-day span, like last weekend when I made those recordings, I felt like I was peaking. Like, I've never played as good as you're about to see in those videos.
Okay.
And I even played 2 days ago and was terrible. Like, I mean, nowhere near close to what you're about to see. So yeah, that kind of discouraged me actually, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it the other day, I guess.
Okay, cool. So how you've saved those replays in game, correct?
In game, I saved them on OBS, Streamlabs. I mean, I got it on a file. Does that still work?
So, I guess I didn't explain this well enough. What I usually have players do is, how you can save your replays in game?
Yeah.
If you save that as a replay in game, you can take the file off of your computer and send me the file, then I get the file. It's like a file that's like downloadable.
Okay.
So I assume you don't have that.
Yeah, the Streamlabs one won't be downloadable.
Okay, so how?
Be too long.
So how did you want to do this?
I was thinking. All right, I got it saved. I got them titled Game 1 and Game 2. They're only. One of them's 314 megabytes.
Did you save them in game? Or I'm sorry, did you save them in on YouTube or something?
I could. I just have them in my files right now. Like I just saved there in my videos file.
Were you able to send them to me through Discord?
I can give that a shot. See if this works. That was too powerful. Must be okay. Okay, hang on. If I send them one at a time, it will. Should at least. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that, man.
All good. I'll take a look and see what this is. If this doesn't come out to what I was opening it to, I'll have you go through and redo it.
All right. Yeah, it's
Have you played Death today?
Loading it up right now. I've not played today.
Okay.
I just hopped on.
How much time do you have right now?
I got all night, really.
Okay.
Up until.
That's right, you said that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see what happens with this. If not, what I'll have you do, I'm not strapped on time.
Alright.
I usually don't do this, but I have you warm up, and then I'll have you play a game or two and save the replays in game.
Yeah.
And I don't mind, because obviously I told you to. Let me see. I told you to. Don't use an old replay. I want the replay to be from today or the upcoming days before the session. Figured it in time for the session. And then I also said it had to be a hard-fought game. So I assume you obviously got some good games out of these. The only bummer is, so like with Streamlabs or like with that, it's like a little bit tough. You said you're new to. Are you new to PC?
Yeah, I just got this PC less than a month ago. Or actually, it's been about a month now.
That's right.
Before that, I was on Xbox.
Okay. That's right. I said if you save them, then you can call and I'll teach you how to send them. Okay, yeah. So that makes sense. I didn't tell you to save them in game. That's my bad.
All good.
I forget about that sometimes. Are they coming over?
Yeah, it's just about to send. It's sending one at a time. So the game one will send first.
Okay.
And then I haven't even put the game two in yet. I don't want to slow down this first.
Yeah, you're good. We'll see. Just send this one and we'll see if it works, and then we'll go for on that second one in different. We'll figure that out. So you said you played Overwatch 1?
Yep. My name used to be Reinhardt on Xbox.
Do you stream?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Stream on TikTok lately, but also Twitch.
Okay. You said you played Reinhardt?
Yeah.
It's a rough character.
Reinhardt. Oh yeah, I played him for a good bit. I got several hours in competitive on him, and then I went to Brigitte whenever they threw her in, and she was overpowered for the longest time. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember hearing about that.
They nerfed her.
I remember hearing that she was insane. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She became
was
pretty good
insane
too.
but,
Yeah, she was pretty decent in 2 as well.
I played a little bit in 2, but I just kind of got tired of it, I guess. I don't know.
Got you. So this is gonna be a little bit weird. You know what? I respect. I completely like understand this, and like I didn't give you any direction. So it'll be kind of tough. I'm gonna do my best on this. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not trying to be dramatic either. We could probably learn from this, but it's really nice to be able to look at it cinematically and say like what's going on, because it's from your point of view, and then with those replays you can look at it from other players' point of views. Well, I'll do my best and see what we can kind of get out of this. If I feel like we don't get enough, I'll have you get warmed up, play a game or two, and then send me one of those. Okay?
Right, that sounds good.
So with that said, I am going to be taking personalized notes. We're going to kind of go over this quick disclaimer. I am not an SSL player. Was I one game off? Sure. I was 4 times. However, I'm not an SSL. Yeah, we're going to use my best judgment, which if you want to call it SSL, great. If you want to call it GC3, great. With that said, it's going to be fundamentals. We're going to be hammering the fundamentals that you're missing. What this means is oftentimes if you miss a fundamental once, you're going to miss it 4 or 5 times. Sometimes you're just going to obviously make a mistake. We're going to treat your opponents like they're SSL or even GC, and we're going to treat yourself like you're GC. Everybody ranks is inflated. I'm not going to cater to the rank that you're in. We're catering to a rank that you want to be, okay? And even if you want to be champ, I don't want to just boost these players up by 2 ranks. We're going to boost these players up by a lot, so you understand that full concept. As for situational awareness, I might give you 1 or 2 things, but I'm not going to sit here and hammer situational awareness because it's really hard to understand. A lot of coaches in games will give you situational awareness stuff, and by the end of the session, you have like 50 things to work on, and they're all situations, and it's like, okay, well, I'm fucked. So, fundamentals. We're going to go over this. We're going to do our best. Again, I'm going to see what I can do for you here. If not, I really don't mind waiting, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
So we have kickoff. I assume you're doing. You solo queue, correct?
This is with a buddy. Yeah.
Do you solo queue though?
I
Yeah.
do very rarely though.
Okay.
Try to go on with my friends.
So I'm gonna tell you right now. You want to dodge to get to the ball, and then dodge into the ball. But it's okay.
All right.
Great. So you stay on the ball. You create pressure. There. Okay. So let's see here. You do a really good job of keeping possession, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So what we want to do is we have 0 boost, and you can go for this if you want to. It's a high risk, high reward play, and in 2s it's okay. And it probably does a bit of work. Okay, and so I'm gonna go over the first thing right here, and this will you'll cover in your warm-ups. There needs to be a sense of urgency. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we're recovering, you need to tell yourself, "I am recovering." You don't tell yourself, "Oh, I'm trying to get back," or like get back. Like me and my friends have a meme where it's just like scramble, like get back, get back, get back, get back. Do whichever you can. Like use 1,000 boosts if it takes you that much to get back, right? Here we're driving backwards for, till we're outside of the box. Okay, and then you're half flipping, which your half flip wasn't perfect, but again, I'm not talking about your mechanical execution. We're talking about just what you're supposed to do. Okay.
Yeah.
So half flipping early allows you to boost earlier, which allows you to get supersonic speed earlier, and you'll be able to get this ball and maybe even cut it up the wall.
All right.
So I'm gonna put that down, urgency, and the reason I'm gonna say this is because it's not that you don't know how to half flip. Do you know how to wave dash? Obviously, right? It's you know how to wave dash, right? A bit.
Not quite.
Okay. So you know basic. When I say basic, I mean basic level recovery mechanics. With that said, it's just utilizing them. At the point where you're driving that far back and then half flipping, there's no urgency. If you half flip right away and then start boosting and dodging up the field, you'll be going supersonic speed. Okay, so we're gonna put recover with urgency, or rotate back with urgency.
And just a quick question. When you say wave dashing, that's like when you just barely jump and then lean back just a little and flip forward towards the ground.
Yes, exactly. So like you're, yeah, it's like canceling your flip essentially with your car. Yes.
I can do that. I don't do it enough though. That's,
Okay.
That's the thing.
So I'm gonna have a warm up routine that'll help you out with that. And what you do well here is I'll give you this. I'll give you an applause. You essentially are first man, correct? And your job as first man is to pressure the ball while they're on the ground, right? If they go into the air, it's your teammates. However, you do a very good job here. So, good job here. And you even stop the ball from coming into the middle. Great. Can I ask you a question right now? This is going to be really hard because you're essentially going to have to trust me on this, okay?
Yeah.
What do you know about, how many videos am I on? Have you watched my counterattack video? Holy shit, wow, that skipped so far.
I might have. When I'm at work, I can kind of watch or listen to videos.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of your videos, so I can't recall the name of the video.
That's okay. So counterattack, we're going to talk about counterattack concepts, okay? You're in Diamond. It's a perfect time to learn this. This is where it starts to happen, and as you go higher in rank, it just becomes more and more and more and more prevalent, okay? In Diamond, you're going to get maybe one counterattack opportunity, maybe two, maybe three, maybe three counterattacks in Diamond, okay? However, in SSL and GC, you're going to get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 counterattack opportunities. A counterattack is when they overcommit or something happens to where you guys can attack them quickly before they're established on defense, okay?
Gotcha.
What it requires is them to not be set up, and you guys have to attack them before they get set up, okay?
Yeah.
Here's what we have. Would you say this guy right here that just bumped you is in a good spot to get back on defense?
No.
And it's even funnier because he dodges and he's like he's going to be like right around here. He's going to be like a couple cards lengths away from you. So what this means is you guys are in a 2v1, correct?
Yeah.
And your teammate hits the ball heavily. And then what you want to do, as soon as you recognize this, you can go for a bump on last man if it's available. We're going to say it's not available here, okay? However, there's not a good touch here that he has that your teammate can't cover. If your teammate is GC or champ, he's going to hit it up the field. Okay? And so you want to preemptively be up the field. Now, with that said, you're going to say, well, hey, isn't that really risky, right? Isn't that in your head? That's probably in your head right now as a diamond player. Like, isn't that really risky to be up here? Yes. Yes, it is. However, the risk is gone. It is very hard for a defender to, one, stop the ball and then counterattack themselves. So he gets this touch. Look how much time you have on the ball. This guy's rotating out. And where's the other player right now? Probably like way over here off my screen.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can see him exactly where we thought he was. He was at midfield. So what we essentially do is even if your teammate misses the ball like he did, you can get back and then take a controlled touch. So I'm gonna put we're gonna make sure that's not just one time thing. Obviously, I think it is gonna not be a one time thing. However, what do we do here? We then have established defense. This guy can challenge ball whenever he pleases, and this guy is already going to be in net by the time you attack. So now we need to establish an offense. This comes into the offensive fundamentals. You need to control the ball and keep it close to you to where you can get back to the ball. And it doesn't matter if you hit the ball into the backboard and you double tap it. It doesn't matter if you hit it into the sidewall and double tap it. However, this touch has no intention of you getting back to the ball safely. And we can both agree, like, hey, you're popping it up and you're going to try to get to it off the sidewall. I feel like no matter where this ball went, if as long as it went on the left side of the field, you're going to chase it down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are two things I'm going to highlight right now. If I see it again, I'm going to put it in your notes. And it's not like, oh my God, bad player, put it in his notes. It's just stuff that you need to work on. Here's the beauty of this, though, because this is a really good thing to highlight. We overcommit to shit as last man, and your teammate also kind of overcommits too. However, you boost down, you grab 100 boost, you're going supersonic speed, you dodge to keep your speed up. This is what and you dodge again to keep boost. This is the urgency you need every time you recover back, okay? I don't care how easy this is for you. Make all your recoveries easy, and obviously that's going to take some time. In like 5 days, you should be able to wave dash. In game. However, this is the urgency you need. So really good job getting back. I'm sure though we'll see lapses of it a bit here and there. So great. We hit it over his head. What are we doing? Okay. So let's go back here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get back just like you did. Perfect. You sit in net, sure. I might probably go backboard as a higher rank. We'll see kind of how we play backboard. I'm not gonna really say much because you're just saving a shot. And then we want to push pace. This is good. We want to be able to get back to our first touch, though. So I'm going to put that in your notes because we've now done it. We've now done it twice. I think you can only see the media player, correct? Yes. Yeah. I'll send these personal notes. So I'm creating a Google Doc for you right now. Okay. And then I'll show you them after, and we'll kind of like talk about the situations and everything of why I said all of this stuff. So number 2 is going to be when attacking. And this goes for counterattacks. This goes for... Counterattacks are a little bit different, but this just goes for offense in general. When attacking, keep the ball close or close enough where you can get back to it. Now, this is kind of going to be a weird statement because you're going to say, well, what if there's a defender and I need to hit it over his head? Yeah, great. If you hit it over his head, you're probably going to be able to get back to it, right? Yeah. Or if you pass the ball, great. You don't need to get back to it if you gave your teammate the ball. If you get the ball stripped from you and you 50 them and you can't get back to it, that's gonna happen. That's just part of the game. Do you ever play any sports?
Yeah, I played football.
You played football. Cool. So when does the quarterback throw the ball?
When the receiver's open.
And when the receiver's not open, what does he do?
Pass it to someone else or runs it.
Exactly. So if there's no receivers open, let's just think about like one-on-one football or like 2-on-2, whatever you want to call it. So there's one receiver open. If that receiver's not open, that quarterback's responsibility is to try to keep possession of the ball, whether it's running it or just taking a tackle and keeping the ball secure. So running it would be dribbling it yourself or clearing it to yourself. And then 50-50 would just be saying, I got to take this tackle and I got to keep the ball in my hands and not drop it. Essentially what you're doing here is a quarterback says, hey, nobody's open. I'm going to throw this to the other team. Bummer. And it's weird to say that because it's really easy to keep possession in football, right? Mm-hmm. However, in Rocket League, it's a little bit tougher, but that's just kind of my analogy for you is that's going to be your offensive fundamental. Please, in this next week, we'll go over it all again. Try to keep that ball close to you or your teammate. Okay?
All right.
A little bit of lack of urgency. What do? We stop to wait and see what happens. Trust your teammate. And then here's where it gets really sketchy. You get a clunky touch, and then you dive back. If this is SSL, that is being shot at your net. Or if this is GC, that's shot at your net. And it's debatable that you would get back to it if you cover your teammate's weakness. Your teammate's weakness right here, I'm sure you've heard of it. Your teammate's weakness is what they can't cover after they touch the ball, which is, unfortunately, the goal, because he's over here with you. So almost always scramble back to net. If you're not sure, scramble back to net.
All right.
Great. So here's what we would do. There's two things right here. So this is great. This is actually really good. We're going to cover this again.
All right.
Your, whatever, some pretty chaotic touches. He misses the ball, sure happens. Your teammate booms it. They whiff. So what does this tell you right here? How long do you think it's going to take for him to get back?
Good bit. Good bit.
What's a good bit? 3-4 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. So here you know your teammate, and I can't see your teammate, but you're gonna have to trust me. Your teammate is fine. We can see him right here on the screen. Can you see him right under yourself? Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So you can see your teammate right here. However, you know where the opponent is. You know where this opponent is because he's whiffing.
Yeah.
Do we know where the other opponent is?
Right on the screen.
He's right here. Your other opponent is right here.
That's not my card, the cheese ball.
Oh shit, what the hell? You're right. What the fuck? For some reason that tripped me out. Yeah, I was gonna say he's like right here, so that makes sense. He dodges across you to get over here. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? You're right. Good comms. So he's right here. So what does this tell you right now?
Wide open net.
Great. But they have a defender back, correct? Because this player is gonna get back right now.
Yeah.
So you guys have a 2v1. It's a counterattack.
All right.
So what do you think the right play here is to do?
Trying to center that ball for my teammate.
So you would, I'm going to give you this. You would demo him.
Gotcha.
Why?
All right.
Do you know why we would do this?
Because my teammate's right there on the left, and he can get to the ball.
If you create a 2v1 opportunity and just demo that last man, how many people are defending? None. If you get the demo, do it every time. If you can't beat your teammate to the opponent, then you have to wait for the 50 or you have to wait for the pass, okay? So we're going to put that in your counterattack. In a counterattack, demo when your team is counterattacking, let's say. When your team is counterattacking and you are off ball. You know what that means, correct? Off ball.
And it's when I'm not.
Yeah, when you're not the one taking the ball.
Yeah.
Or when you shouldn't be taking the ball. When you're off ball, look for a demo on their last man. Or if you can't get to the defender, can't get the demo in time, wait for a pass in an aggressive position, okay? With that said, also, when your team is on the counterattack, off the ball, recognizing counterattacks is super important, okay? I might just give that to you as a second, as another point. I'm gonna do that right now. Learn to recognize counterattacks, okay? God, I can't type.
Roger that.
Learn to recognize counterattacks. What does that mean?
To basically just see when the opportunity of a counterattack comes up.
Exactly. And it's going to be really... I'm going to tell you this right now. You could probably hit champ tomorrow off this concept right here. And I'm not saying that just to inflate your ego or whatever. However, in higher ranks, it's really hard to tell when someone overcommits. Why? Because they're so quick, right? They land on the ceiling, then they're ceiling shuffling onto their forehead, and like they're back on their net in 2 seconds, right? In this rank, it's really easy to tell. This guy, hey, just like and also in the high rank, a bad play is usually not a whiff. They usually still hit the ball and just air dribble it wrong or something, right? However, this player is. Do you know where he's going right now? Yeah, he's going to be the first person actually on Mars that we've ever sent. It's actually really exciting. So he's going to be the first person ever on Mars. And all you have to do now is take out the person that's still on Earth, okay? So you have the luxury, if you will, to say, okay, now that I have this information to recognize counterattacks, you're going to see so many whiffs, and you can just be the demo demon to get the last man. Or if you can not make the demo, you can take the ball. Or like sometimes you're going to be on the ball, right? And this looks like, hey, maybe I could be on the ball. However, we saw your teammate there, okay? And then what happens? You get 50'd. And then you have to play an awkward spot. And by then, unfortunately, you see him right there. He got back. And that was exactly 4 seconds. Great. So you establish that he loses control as a great first man. We want to take control of that ball, though, okay? And I only say that because there's two choices here. There's really two choices. And one of them is hitting the ball. Hit the corner wall so it comes up middle. Always aim for the corner wall if you're trying to get the ball middle. However, you can also catch it and roll it up this crease. A crease rolled up here is going to be really, really hard to read. Even for like an SSL that's not going to go straight to the backboard. If this kid has 0 boost, which he does, I would love to show you that he has 0 boost. With the RL thing. But yeah, this kid's got 0 boost. Or maybe 12. So great. He clears it. Urgency. Great. So we're rotating back. Make sure you grab pads. You have to be quick, but you have the time to grab pads. And this is... Okay, this is an arguably pretty good rotation cut by you. I don't really mind that, to be honest. However, there's enough... Usually, again, why do I say this is good? First man on ball, the ball's on the ground. You're supposed to harass the ball, right? Because it's really easy for you to do because they're on the ground. However, there's enough space between you or the ball and the opponent for your teammate to go. But you can't see him there either, so I don't really blame you for that. There's no point where you're able to see your teammate going for the ball, right? They probably score here, though, right? Yeah, okay. So there's two choices there. And I'm just going to say this. If you guys... And I don't want to ruin your friendship dynamic. I don't want to do anything about... I really don't. How you guys play Rocket League. However, this next week, if you guys do calm stuff, say I'm going for it. Or yours, okay?
Alright.
But this is okay. The only issue is the fact that, like, let's be honest here. It was a little bit clunky because your teammate came out, but you couldn't really see your teammate that whole time. The only thing I have for that is just grabbing pads. Grab pads. Get back with urgency, but that doesn't mean you can't grab pads. Grabbing, like, these pads there would have actually let you see your teammate, or grabbing these pads here would have let you see your teammate, and it would have taken a 1/4 of a second longer for you to get back, and that wasn't the difference of that save, okay?
Roger.
Okay, so here's an issue that I have.
Alright.
We grab 100 boost, and we're feathering our boost the whole time without confidently doing something here. If you want to challenge this, knock yourself out, go ahead. Challenge it then. I wouldn't challenge it personally, but you still get the 50, great. When you challenge, do it confidently, okay? Even if it's a fake challenge. If you know you're not going to go, do that confidently, okay?
Roger.
Okay, this looks like you were trying to control it up the wall. I will give you that. Would you agree that you were? Okay, good. I'm glad you remembered. So here's where we're going to take over. This is a GC level play. An SSL level play is catching this, taking it up the wall, and then trying to air dribble or whatever you might have done. Maybe you're the most mechanical Diamond 2 I've ever seen. You do 6 flip resets and hit it top bar, right?
I don't know about that.
My point being, though, is you're going for the right thing. So, a mechanical mistake. Let's see how you played out, though. Great. That's really good pressure, and we want to stay on the ball here. Great. Awesome. Good. That's a really good pass. Now get out. Good. So, this isn't bad until... Here's the thing. You do actually pretty well. So, what do? We go for a play, we mess up, we pressure the ball, and what we do further is we recognize our teammates not going, we pressure the ball more. This right here is really good Rocket League, okay? And then what do you say? You say, I have to get back, shit, my team is getting beat. You're rotating back with a sense of urgency. You didn't dodge, you had enough boost. I probably wouldn't have used all my boost, but you used all your boost. We're back with a sense of urgency. Dodge into this to keep it on the ground. Why do we want to keep this on the ground?
Don't go up. And my teammate's not back yet.
Exactly. So what is our job as second man?
To keep it on the ground? I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. So your job as second man in Rocket League is to buy enough time for your first man to then become second man.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're technically second man, your last man, your teammate, who knows where he's at right now. But your job now is to buy enough time for him to get behind you. And how we do that is we can roll it up the wall. We can chase it up the wall. Hitting it into the middle obviously isn't going to do much. You're lucky. I think you guys still get scored on. No, great. Do you get what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I get that.
I'm gonna
Give my boy enough time to get back.
yeah. Your job was second man, and this is gonna be like a fucking this rule. I'm gonna put this as like day 5 or something. Your job as second man is to buy enough time for your first man to become second man. That is a defensive fundamental. Okay.
Alright.
Let's keep going. We take a controlled touch. Beautiful. We take another controlled touch.
I went for this. I suck at him.
Here's the
pissed it didn't go.
yeah, I can imagine. Here's the thing though, dude. I want you to understand that like this is good Rocket League right here.
Yeah.
It's good Rocket League because one, you admit you suck at it. Did you watch my pushing limits video? It was out like 2-3 days ago.
Yes.
Yes, this is what you're doing is you're pushing your limits. You take a controlled touch, you then go to the ceiling. The only thing I would ever ask from you to do better on this is jumping to the ceiling from the sidewall, but you look a little bit uncomfortable in the situation, so that's just something you work towards. That's not something I expect now. This is really good. This is seriously really good. And the fact that you almost get a goal out of whatever the fuck that was, yeah, that's like still really good. That should make you feel good.
Yeah, that was the closest I've ever been to one of those goals.
Okay, holy shit. What do we do here?
He passed it to me. I grabbed a hold of it and then lost it.
Okay, there's so many issues here. And it's not you losing the ball. It's you having what? What does this guy do right here?
He's flipping way past.
Good, so we've established that oh fuck. Why did it do that? Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, good. You've established that he's out of position, correct?
Yeah.
So what is going on right now? What do we call this?
We got one person to beat, and I have control, so I can't go demo unless I leave it for.
So you pop it up, and you know what the beauty of this is? You don't really have control of this ball anymore because of your touch.
Okay.
Now, what do? We just go demo. Just go say, fuck it, we demo. Or, I mean, I would almost always go for a demo on that. If I didn't get the perfect touch to attack really fast, I would just go demo here. It's the same thing in this rank especially. Like, you can even take this touch and go demo him. If you take this if you pop here, take this touch, and then just go demo, your teammate's going to be, like, right here.
Yeah.
And your teammate does a great job. I don't know who this guy is, but you are blessed to have a player like this that cheats up this far on a 2v1. And the only issue is he didn't trust you, and you also lost control a little bit late. It's a counterattack, though. Recognize the counterattacks, go for demos. You're on the ball, okay? So your job is to keep the ball close, not give over possession, but also attack quickly. Go fast, go quickly. If you lose control, hope to God that your teammate's behind you so you can go get a demo. So, not bad. If we do that again, we'll go over it. That's a bit much, obviously, on the attack. We want to make sure we still have control. Good way to say keep it in the play. You also want to keep yourself in the play. Great, good challenge. Recognizing he doesn't have control. Good. What do we do now? We rotate out while we're still in the play. Great. This is all really good Rocket League. Backboard. Okay. I want you. We're gonna do this. I want you to play backboard more when you are on defense.
Okay.
So, do you know why you do this?
When the ball's up there on the backboard, you can sometimes, or I can sometimes get better hits than being on the ground. I know that.
Yeah, so you have 80 boost right now. If you jumped from the ground up to the ball, you'd probably in your rank use about 20 to 30. Even in GC, they'd probably still use about 20 to 30, okay? However, how much boost does it take to drive up the backboard?
None.
Good, perfect. So you can hit the ball without using any boost. And what's the beauty of it is if your teammate sees you backboard, what do?
Stay on the ground.
Great. The entire goal is covered. Or if somebody's air dribbling, they'll jump out for it, and then you have an easy save because you're on backboard. Okay? Like, we can both agree that if your tires were flush on that backboard, it would have been an easy save. Yes, exactly. It's very simple. Now we're in an awkward spot. Nice. No complaints. I probably would have jumped for that ball because I would have been able to read it, but that's okay. Let me see this back, actually. I will keep it real. I probably would be pre-jumping here, just if it's like an actual, GC shooting. So I don't really mind you spending your time to jump for that, hoping it's not in, making sure it's not in. Great. So what are we in? We're in a counterattack. How nice would it be if instead of your teammate getting demoed, he got the demo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. Well, that's okay. Oh my God. It's almost like you've learned from this minute that you've never spoken to me. You're essentially saying, hey, I made a play, it didn't work, and obviously you're trying to kind of get the ball middle. It's going to be hard to beat two players, but what you do is you just say, I'm not going to fucking leave the play. I'm going to stick with the play until the ball's handed over to my teammate or until they have to take the ball from me. That is amazing Rocket League. And your teammate almost gets a goal.
Did you hear me say, take it, take it, take it?
Yes, exactly. It's good. And then this is good. This is really good too. You fly through here to take an aggressive challenge to what? What are you doing right now?
Taking it up wall.
Okay, good. You're buying enough time for your first man. And this isn't even something you probably thought about. You're buying enough time for your first man to become second man with this because you get a beat. Great. So let's see how we play the ball off the wall. A little awkward, fair enough, but it comes middle. Okay, that I don't know about. Yeah. That one I don't know about. You essentially what you did is let's say, football terms, I'm just going to make this a meme. You passed the ball as the quarterback, and then you ran after your pass like you were going to catch it yourself. Yeah. But you stay on the ball. I mean, come on. This is the beautiful part about it, though, is you're doing the right thing out of it. You say, hey, I made a really bad play. You recover with urgency. Ooh, I did not mean to press that.
You good?
My bad. You rotate back with urgency, and if you're a GC, you're not going to dodge the wrong way. And that's okay to dodge the wrong way. Again, you do the right thing. Did you execute it right? No. However, the one thing to take away is when you pass the ball, don't go for your own pass. All right, see what we got. Was that a wave dash attempt?
Play it back one more. Hang on. Let you know. No, it wasn't. That was just me messing up.
Okay. Either way, if it was a wave dash attempt and you messed it up, I respect it. Backboard. Why do we go backboard? Because it's the right thing. Good shit. Absolutely perfect. And we can't control the ball. Here's the thing. Okay, you beat him. Here's my thing, though, for you, okay? When you're controlling the ball, I'm going to give you a warm-up for ball control, and I'll kind of explain how this is going to help you and like push your limits on that warm-up, okay? But good. You try to take control of the ball. You didn't just slap it to them. You didn't say, here's the ball. Beautiful. Now what do we do? You cook. You fucking cooked him. You didn't try. You succeeded. Great play. Seriously, this is like the difference right here. This is really good Rocket League. Obviously, this is not great Rocket League. You beat a player, or you have 62 boost, and then I mean even then you got around him. It's really good Rocket League. I can't bash anything here. Good job. Okay. Seriously, good work. It works because you have speed change, you have direction change, you have everything you need on a good attack, and you did it by yourself.
Yeah.
That is a very seriously. That is a very good goal. Cool. So now down 1. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. I'm gonna say this. I prefer people that cheat up on the ball, just so they can get into the play right away.
Yeah.
Your goal is champ. Your goal is GC. You don't really need to cheat. However, in like higher rank lobbies like GC2, you're gonna get absolutely clobbered. Because they're going to see you going over here, and as you start playing against higher players, they're going to make sure the ball goes the opposite way of you, so the ball would be like over here right now. That's the situational thing I'm going to give you, and that's still a kind of a fundamental thing, but like that's one of the situational things. I might give you one more thing. Great, so we're last minute. We double jump. I don't know about double jumping. You have enough time to jump and dodge. We double jump to beat players. We jump and then dodge to hit the ball harder. We have nobody to beat, so we jump, dodge, but. Execute. I would argue that's an execution wrong rather than the wrong play. Because if we do, I want to emphasize this. If you do jump and dodge and get a really good touch, it's a goal.
Yeah. Roger.
Oh my God, you can demo him. It's okay though. Okay. Sure. I don't like that. Why don't you go for the ball here with 40 boost? So the ball goes up. You can sit here and catch it, and mid boost is up.
I thought their guy was gonna take it up wall, and I was gonna go on defense right here.
He's dead though.
But then yeah, he died, and I didn't completely register that.
Okay. So yeah, same thing. Counterattack. If you're right here to beat this player, insta beat, or if you fake challenges and rotates out, it's still gonna be a counterattack. Because he's not going to be fully established. And it still can be if you go up the wall quickly. But, yes. However, your teammate's here to shoot. And that's rough.
Almost saved it, too. If he got it in.
Yeah. Yeah. What? I think you were just trying to recover, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. I think you were just trying to recover, so no harm, no foul.
All right.
But, however, this doesn't become a goal for them. And this is going to sound really stupid. And you're going to be like, oh, shut the fuck up. But this doesn't become a goal if you play this ball here, because you're going to have control on the play rather than kind of handing the ball. Essentially what you do is you hand the ball over to them. You say, hey, you guys have the ball. And then you're going to say, you know what? I actually want it back. And then you're going to try to challenge them and be like, actually, can I have that thing back, please? And then they beat you and you're like, oh, shit. Why did I hand it to him, right? Your teammate, however, gets a good play. They didn't get the best touch, but I can promise you that if you put a GC2 or a SSL or a GC even, they're going to clear the ball at least a half field here. Unless they whiff, and that's not what we're playing. We're not playing a GC's whiff, right?
Yeah.
And I think we get scored on. That's okay. Fine. So we're down 2. We got a minute left. All right. I love that your teammate takes accountability for his actions, too. That's actually really nice.
Yeah, we're pretty good about that, I believe.
Good. Good to hear. I have a friend who's an absolute monkey when it comes to that, but he plays the game like once a year, so I don't really care.
Roger.
No! No! What am I going to yell at you about?
Not keeping control of the ball.
In what situation?
In a 1v2 situation.
Yes, okay, good. I'm hammering this home because you're going to get so many goals of this. This is like the 4th time. Like I said, Diamond, you're not even going to see as many counterattack opportunities. Catch this bitch. Catch the fucking ball. Don't even hit the ball. And why I say don't hit the ball is because watch what happens here. Your teammate goes back for boost. However, this kid is going over to your back corner, okay?
Yeah.
So your teammate has boost. I saw him miss, unfortunately. Your teammate missed the boost. Yes, he missed that boost. I saw it. However, my thing is GC's going to grab it. And you can leave that ball, which will be middle for your teammate, and then you just go demo this guy. And even now, you can go demo this guy. And perfect. Now we demo this guy. There's so many plays here. There's 2 counter-attack opportunities. Where this ball, then is this guy's out of the play because the ball's past middle. And, I mean, if you're not... It does take a little bit more, like, game sense. But you would expect your teammate to be ready for that touch because it's middle. So now I'm gonna go chase for the second demo. You gotta understand the 2v1s. Even though their defender was back in a 2v1, he took himself out of the play, right? And then this guy passes the ball middle, which is essentially him taking himself out of the play by touching that. Then you see this guy and you just go hunt that demo, and boom, it's a goal because your teammate's probably gonna fire that thing on net, right? Okay, so you've taken first man position, you take possession. Awesome. Do we cut? What do we do? Okay. You take control, and you look like a diamond dribbling, okay? And what I mean by that is there's a little bit of less control, and since there's less control, that speed also kind of comes down as well, because you're trying to play fast. This is still the right play. It's just now working on the execution, okay? And even then, I mean, yeah, he dodges and gets a decent touch. Yeah, fine, whatever. Yeah, that's a decent play. I'll give you that. That's some risky boost to go for. Do you know why that is?
If my buddy Jordan missed it right there and it's going right to our net.
Yeah, or it's going middle. And this, if it's middle and it's GC, cheese balls is not going to be looking at the infrastructure over here. He's actually going to be over here.
Yeah.
And let's see, you go backboard and then come off the backboard. I wouldn't come off the backboard that early. What? Oh my god. Okay, what are we watching right here?
I'm up on my teammate's ass.
No.
Bumping him.
So how far? What do we see right now?
Oh yeah, we got another 1v2 situation.
Great. How many times is that? 4 or 5?
That's 5, I think.
Great. And you guys have also gotten scored on one time where you should have had it. So let's take a goal away from them and give it to you. That's 5 times. You guys would be up 6-2. Just off counterattacks and open nets because they're overcommitting. And again, it's easier to read in it's really easy to read in Diamond, and it's a little bit harder to read in Champ. Like I said, GC, it's still kind of simple to read. As soon as you get to like GC3, GC2, like it's harder, right? Yeah. So what we have now is we have you two absolutely on top of each other, and you know what? We could also say, hey, your friend should probably go for a demo, right? But we're not working on your friend's gameplay. We're working on yours. I mean, even then, like, okay, I know you... Let me watch this back. Demo, easy goal, easy clap. Even if your teammate gets a bad touch, even this touch is not great by him. We can both agree on that, right? Yeah. You can still, after this touch, go for that demo because he popped it up where he can get back to it. You don't need to go for this. This guy is finally back, so that demo might be a little bit up into the air, but he beats that guy anyway, right?
Yeah.
Great. So, yeah. No, sorry, I accidentally went back.
You good?
Okay, another 2v1 counterattack opportunity. He saves, great. Now what do we do? Fine, whatever. You cheated up a bit far. However, you guys are down 2 with 10 seconds left. I don't really mind how far you cheat up. That's just made it awkward though. You gotta go back, yeah. That's pretty much game. You get fouled by your teammate. Teammate's flipping it in reverse and rough.
Got bumped there at the end.
Yeah.
That's 2 seconds. Too often.
No, I mean, it will happen. You'll hit your teammate. I hit my teammate in GC and like almost SSL. Like I've hit like my teammates in SSL and then I just blame them because at that point I'll hit them like I'll hit them once a week, so I might as well blame them, right? Yeah. So okay. What we have here is, I have 6 things right now for you to work on, and I want to say these 6 things are enough because the 7th thing I'm gonna actually give you is that I don't love to do this. I used to coach League in high school, and I really don't like because I would have people warm up in League of Legends to get their mechanics flowing, right? I don't love giving you warm-ups as one of these things, but I think it's kind of necessary just to kind of get your flow of the game a little bit more structured. This warm-up is supposed to this warm-up is supposed to get you, like, warm. Like, this warm-up will help you, like... I don't know what you do for a warm-up, but a lot of people's warm-ups don't get them ready for their first ranked game. They're like, oh, fuck, this is a warm-up game, and they realize they're slower than other players. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to share this with you right now. This Google spreadsheet I made, and then we'll go over it together. And if you have questions, let me know. I think that's everything that we need to do on this. I don't think we need to look at that second replay because I think this is more than enough information. Sometimes one replay is, sometimes like I'll ask for like, you got me a good replay is essentially what I'm saying. Sometimes people will get me like a good replay or like a bad replay and I'll get like 1 or 2 things and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think it's a good replay. Once you get that spreadsheet open,
like too good, like too easy for him or something?
Yeah, like someone sent me a replay where it was like a 1v2 for like half the game.
Gotcha.
And I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to copy and paste this warm up from somebody else's. Okay. Okay, perfect. So we went over all your goals and all of that stuff. Now I'm going to explain how to warm up, then we're going to go over your personal notes, okay?
Alright.
So how I like to warm up, and this is what I tell everybody, and I think there's nothing wrong with it. And I actually think it's better than most warm-ups. And the reason I say that is because it covers everything in-game that you're going to be using. Okay? So first what we're going to do is you're going to get on your game, whatever you do, for 5 minutes, sit there and work on your recoveries. Try to be going supersonic speed around the field, whether it's you half flipping, whether it's you wave dashing, whether it's you wall dashing, whether it's you ceiling shuffling, horse dashing, triple dashing. I know you're probably just like, what the fuck is he talking about at this point? But work on your recoveries while moving quickly around the field, okay? And you can use boost. Don't be like those players that are like, free play, not unlimited boost, because I want to make it realistic. No. Force yourself to be fast while recovering, okay?
Roger.
Try a wave dash off the wall. Try a wave dash onto the wall, okay? Try to fling yourself off the ceiling of the goal and land quickly. That's the first 5 minutes. And at most, when it says at most, if you feel good before you hit 5 minutes, there's no shame in just going on to the next thing, okay? Do not go over 5 minutes, though, because you don't want to develop fatigue or autopiloting on your warm-up, especially. If you develop autopilot on your warm-up, you're fucked. 5 minutes at most of working on power hits into the walls as well as placed on nets. So what this means is drive around the field and hit the ball into the walls as hard as you can. And what this teaches you to do is it teaches you to hit the ball with a lot of power, but without worrying about exact accuracy. If you tell yourself you're going to hit it at a sidewall, and obviously hit that sidewall, but it doesn't matter if it goes wide of where you think it was, as long as it hits that sidewall. Or if you're going to try to hit the backboard of like the orange goal, please don't hit like the blue orange or the blue backboard, right? Yeah. And then after a few touches, shoot the ball on net and try to place it on the net. So if you say I'm shooting this bottom left, aim for the bottom left. And you want some power. You want to get power, as much power as you feel like you can, while also placing it accurately. Or say, hey, I want to hit it right down the middle, but it's going to be a tough angle, so I'll hit it kind of softly, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're going to go over 5 minutes, and 5 minutes at most. And then you're going to do 5 minutes of most at chasing the ball around the field as quickly as you possible while trying to keep control. I don't care if the ball is literally just in front of your car the whole time and you're just pushing it around. For the first 2 days. However, you can also hit the ball, chase it down, try to gain control of it quickly. The only time I slow down when I do this is to get the ball on top of my car. Because you kind of have to slow down, obviously, to regain the momentum, get the ball matching the speed of your car, that kind of stuff. But move, and then move more quickly while keeping that ball really close to you. And even if you clear or get a power hit, just get back to it and try to control it again. You can, and then every once in a while, you can try to score a shot, you can try to score an air dribble, whatever looks set up, just go for it. Okay? And then once you cue, what I want you to work on is your mechanics. Work on something you're not good at. Work on ceiling shots. Work on flip resets. Work on air dribbles. That gets you to actively think while you're grinding and in between your grinds. And if you get fatigued and you start autopiloting, just get off for like 5-10 minutes. Go get some water. Get yourself off of Rocket League. You go watch something else. I don't give a shit, right? I'm not going to tell you to go outside, but if you want to go watch like a YouTube video of like, fuck, I don't know. Like I like to watch like 90 Day Fiance compilations. Yeah, I know I'm insane, but just get your eyes off Rocket League for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, okay? If you get fatigued. So that's how you warm up. Now, this is how you're going to go through your day, okay?
All right.
You're going to, I gave you 6 notes here. Each day, you're going to tell yourself, you're going to open up this Google Doc and you're going to read the first one. So when you get on, you're telling yourself, I am working on rotating back with urgency, okay?
All right.
And then every single, I do this. I don't know if you've been to my streams much, have you?
You're on Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to 2 of them.
Yeah. Okay, so not, yeah, no, that's fair. It's totally fine. The reason I ask is because a lot of the times when I'm in game, what I do, I say, this is what I'm working on today. This is what I'm working on today. This is what I'm working on today. Every time I load into a game, I say, this is what I'm working on today. I could be down 15 fucking goals against, like, Daniel, and I'd be like, this is what I'm working on today, okay?
The last one I was in, you were watching some memes, so I got some laughs out of it.
Oh, yeah. I remember that I was taking a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's what I want you to do, okay? Now, with these notes, every single day you open it up. We're going to go over these notes in a second. But day 1, you're going to read Rotate Back with Urgency and remind yourself of that, okay? Day 2, you're going to read day 1's note and then remind yourself you're going to read day 2's note as well. And then you're going to remind yourself of day 2's note every single time, every game. Then day 3, you're going to read note 1 and 2, and then you're going to remind yourself of 3 throughout your grind, okay?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go, I'm going to flip-flop these 2. I think that's a much better order. Yeah.
I'm actually excited about this, about number 2. Or now number 2.
Learn to recognize counterattacks.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, I really got the grasp of it just watching it in that game, like when you pointed it out.
Yeah, no, it's pretty insane.
I'm excited to give that a shot.
Good, so I'll put that at 1 for you. That'll be your first thing on that. And then rotate it with urgency. And then, so does that make sense? And then by day 6, you've essentially ingrained all 6 things. And then also what you've done is you have revisited everything every single day. So everything should just be ingrained at that point. Because a lot of the times what people do when they receive coaching, as weird as this sounds, but you'll tell them 6 things to work on. And then they'll work on the day 1. And then they'll work on day 2 and day 3. And by day 3, they've forgotten day 1 and 2. It's like when you're patching holes in a ship and then the other holes start opening up again. Now that said, I'm going to have you read these out to me one at a time, and we're going to make sure you understand all of them, okay?
All right.
So when you're ready, read number 1.
All right. Learn to recognize counterattacks.
Perfect. You said you were excited about this. I feel like you understand this concept pretty well.
Yeah.
Not hard to understand. Number 2.
Roger. Rotate back with urgency.
Any questions on that?
No, I believe I get the gist of that. I just need to make sure immediately I'm, getting back as fast as I can and not kind of wasting any time.
Yeah, and what I want to highlight quickly here is, here, I want to say this. Go for 100 boosts when you have time. Ask yourself, do I have time for this? I'm going to tell you right now, you almost always have time to grab pads down the middle, but you don't always have time for that 100 boost, okay?
Roger.
And if your teammate's 50ing it like we saw earlier, please do not go for that 100 boost. Please tell yourself, damn, my teammate fucking blows. I'm going to go cover net for him, okay?
Yeah.
And then if your teammate wins at 50-50, you guys have a counterattack. Anyway, number 3. Or number 2 makes sense, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I get that.
Okay, cool. Number 3.
Number 3, when attacking, keep the ball close or close enough where you can get back to a second hit. Or get back to it.
I'm just going to put close enough. I kind of just like that. Cool. Does that make sense? It's pretty simple,
Yeah.
obviously pretty explanatory. Okay, number 4.
When your team's on the counterattack and you are off the ball, look for demo on their last man, or if you can't get to the demo in time, wait for a pass in an aggressive position.
Okay, so I'm debating on if I want to keep this down here. And that's just, it's kind of the same thing as learn to recognize counterattacks. Yes, exactly. It's kind of that. I think it's really, it is and it's not. Right, because this is once you've already recognized the counterattacks, what do I do? However, I think I'm going to leave it down here so you can revisit it in a couple days and then be like, oh shit, recognizing counterattacks, right? Sometimes that like slip out of your head. Like when I'm playing with my friend, like I'll never go like demo their last man, obviously, because I'm just like, this is, you know, I'm playing with like a champ 2 and like GC2. I would go demo him and nothing would happen.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
I get that.
Okay, number 5.
Your job as second man is to buy enough time for your first man to become second man.
Questions on that?
No, I believe I get that. Just basically just make enough time for my guy to get back.
Yes, and this means that like pretty much all cost, other than don't put the ball in front of your net. If you could, and let's just hypothetically say your girlfriend is playing Rocket League and she's against you in a ranked game, go tickle her or something. Like that just means like do fucking anything you can to make sure you buy time, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I want to really highlight that because that alone will also make you a really, really good teammate solo queuing. If you can just really buy like an extra second or two for your teammate, and obviously it's not gonna happen every time, but if you could buy a second or two for your teammate where normally you just like the one time you accidentally put it middle or the other time like you gave them the ball and then you almost challenged but you didn't quite get it right. If you can buy that extra second or two, oh my god, that is you will not get scored on much at all. And then number 6, I'm gonna give you actually one more after all of this.
All right.
But 6. Do you see number 6?
I do not.
Scroll down a bit.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
You're good.
I want you to play backward more when you are on defense.
Yeah. So this is gonna be. I'm gonna put this in for you. Force yourself onto the backboard.
Roger that.
I'm just gonna say this. You're probably not gonna do it a whole lot. However, there's an expectation to use the environment, and I think we said that as well. No, I don't think that was you. Sorry. There's an expectation to use the environment to your advantage, whether or not it's a ceiling shot, you're going off the wall for an air dribble, right? Defense is a perfect example too. This is the like one of the last thing you learn to use the environment to your example, other than like ceiling pinches and like crazy shots like that, right? A lot of people learn this last, and a lot of people don't really do it till like their GC2, GC1. If you can kind of dial yourself to get onto the backboard for the last day or two of your grind, it'll you might lose rank a little bit, but you'll see how comfortable it is to just be kind of there. And if you don't want to go, if you're like just staying on the backboard and you want to keep that same spot, just go gas break, gas break, gas break. It'll just keep you in the same spot. Okay.
Yeah. Quick question. So
yeah.
When like let's say the ball is like over in like left corner, or it really doesn't matter what corner, but I got my buddy Jordan on back post, and or let's say I already rotated up to backboard, and my buddy Jordan's on back post. They're coming around the corner. Who would be going at that first?
Are you saying, so I'm just going to give you this hypothetical. They're coming around your blue team, and they're coming around the left wall if you're looking at the orange goal, and they're dribbling around. And then your teammate is on the back post, and you're like, let's say you're like right on top of the backboard in the middle.
All right.
You're first.
I'm first, okay.
The only time you wouldn't be first is if you were back post backboard, where your teammate is still closer to the ball than you. Okay. You can just, it's really nice because you have an advantage that a lot of people aren't used to in your rank, and that's height. You're above them and you're diving into the ball. You get so much power because gravity's on your side. They're going to be like, what the fuck is this kid doing on the backboard? I didn't know there was a backboard in this game. I thought it just went out of bounds after it went out, over the goal. You have that advantage, and you're still going to have, like, again, you're going to have that advantage in GC. They're going to be like, wait, there's a backboard? Okay?
All right.
You accidentally might double commit here and there on that, and that's the little bit of situational awareness you'll have to pick up is like, oh my god, they like faked high and then went low, but I jumped off the backboard and my teammate's now covering low, but I'm low. There's gonna be situations where you're gonna have to like kind of keep a little bit more composure, and like you're gonna have to mess up to learn how to play. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 7, and this is pretty much in ties with number 2, rotating back with urgency. You know what? I'm not gonna give you number 7. I'm gonna change the wording on this. So number 2 isn't gonna be go for 100 boost. Be behind your teammate when they challenge, or try your best.
All right.
I'm not gonna say try your best on this, but I want you to understand that not all of this is always possible. These are fundamentals. This is gonna be the 95, 99% of the time. Sometimes there's a 1 to 5% chance that something crazy fucking happens.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you go, like, let's say that, you remember that ceiling shot that you just barely missed?
Yeah.
Let's say your teammate then fucking dives right after and misses the ball. You're not going to be like, damn, how am I going to get behind him now? It's just like, okay, that's like the 1%, like, whoops.
Yeah.
Right? Like, or, you know, just like those crazy ones where you make a good play and then your teammate just whiffs or like takes a really bad 50. You're like, okay, like, what did you want me to do there, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Roger that.
Do you have, I mean, I think this is, on average, like I said, players that I coach get like 150 MMR. I don't know what Champ 1 MMR is.
Champ 1 is 1,080, I think. Or 70, 1,070.
Is it
Somewhere
really?
up there. Yeah, it's somewhere right up there.
I believe you, but I'm also going to look myself.
Alright.
You said 1,000 what?
1,080 maybe?
Damn, you're
If I'm
like,
wrong,
yeah,
let me-
no, you're really close. It's 1,075.
1,075.
That's a really good guess. Okay, perfect. 150 MMR, you're going to be Diamond 3. I'm not an idiot. Yeah, you'll be Diamond 3, Div 4. You'll actually be right there.
Dude, I literally, what was it? 3 weeks ago now?
Yep.
I was Diamond 3, Div 3, and that's the highest I've ever been. And
Gotcha.
I lost it all.
Okay.
That's where I'm at now. Or where I'm at now is what happened after I lost it all.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to do one thing for you as well. The final thing is, you said you struggled with confidence a bit. Tell yourself that you've got this, and then now, and I'm not saying you weren't before, but now that you have all this new information that you can kind of go back on, tell yourself you're smarter than your opponents, because you are. If you maintain this information, or not maintain, but if you retain this information, you are smarter than your opponents. So tell yourself that. Get in the game and be like, I'm carrying this fucking game. And then when you throw the game, be like, oops, who cares? Go next. I carry next game twice as hard, okay?
Roger.
You played football. Did you play at high school, college?
High school.
Okay. You played high school football. You know for a fact if you mess up on a play, that next play you're going to try twice as hard, right? That's that competitive spirit. That's what it is in this game too. I don't like to say the next play. You can if you want to do next plays. I usually say like next game, because like if I mess up a ton in a game, I'm just gonna say, okay, let me get through this game and try to like still win. I'm not gonna try to like hard carry my teammate and ego him. But I'm not saying ego your teammates, but really just pick yourself back up, push that forward. You got the next game. You even got the next play. Since you're a competitive person, you've got the next play, right? Okay. Do you have any questions for me? I'm gonna ask 80 games of you in this next week.
All right.
So I want 200 games of twos. Is that a fair ask?
200 games of twos.
Not like you playing 200 games, but like you'll hit 200 games.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to clarify. Having you play 200. Cool. I think
I can manage that.
Okay. Now with that said, I think that's pretty much everything unless you have more questions. You can reach out to me on Discord. You can DM me if you have questions. If you need to talk, please DM me. I try to get back to my DMs as fast as possible. I think I didn't get back to one of your DMs because you caught me like on a really bad yeah, I see that. You DM'd me on the 23rd and I didn't get back to you till the 25th, which was my fault.
Are you good?
Yeah, that's on me. Yeah, so like I said, it's just, that one's on me. I dropped the ball there and I try not to.
It's all on you, bro.
Cool. Will you have anything else for me?
Not really, dude. Other than the fact that like you're very professional.
I appreciate it.
This has been awesome, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it very much. And then I got a odd question.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, and I get it. I won the giveaway, and it's not for anyone else. But
Yep.
my buddy Jordan that I was in the game with. Is there anything you could say about his gameplay from the game that you just saw that I could pass on to him by any chance?
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
So this is how my coaching giveaways work. I guess I don't explain my shit well enough sometimes because I'm still figuring out how I want to do this myself.
All right.
I do a coaching giveaway, and what that entails is, I don't know if I fucking told you this. Again, I'm still figuring it out. You get a coaching giveaway, and then the next week we do a follow-up.
Yeah.
What I want from you is I want at least 30 of your games to be solo queue. Nah. Do you always do a queue?
Basically, I've probably solo queued 1/4 of my games.
Okay. With your best judgment, solo queue, do a queue. I tell a lot of people to solo queue, however, like you're competing with your friends, whatever. I don't want to ruin the game for you. I don't want you to burn out. Do a queue if you want, solo queue if you want, whatever. I do want a couple of solo queue games in there, just so you kind of feel like you're not relying on your teammate. And I'm not saying you're relying on your friends to carry you. However, there's that gap where it's like, okay, now I'm solo queuing. I have no fucking clue who I'm playing with. This is what I'll do for you though, is we do a follow-up in a week to see how much MMR we calculate how much you've peaked and where you're at now, or where you're at in a week. Okay.
All right.
When you peak, you can check RL tracker or take a picture of your MMR. Remember that at peak, as well as when we're done at the week, we'll also go over it. Now, with that said, I will do this favor for you. On those follow-ups, we talk about that. We kind of go over what you struggled with, what you did well with, and also we watch a snap replay or like a flash replay. I call it a flash because I pause like once or twice. We kind of just enjoy seeing the difference in your gameplay. Okay. If you duo with your friend Jordan, if you do it with your friend Jordan, I will do you guys this favor, and I will treat if you get that replay to me, I will treat that game, and we'll kind of look at your game, and I'll just take mental notes, and I'll do I won't do this whole thing for him. I will do a little personalized notes tab for him if you would like that. You can reach out to him and ask him if he doesn't want that, great. If he does want that, great.
All right.
Is that a deal? Yeah. Okay, and with that said, I would love to have him with you in Discord. If we can figure out a time where all three of us can join a call, that would be awesome. And the replay, I'm asking, and I'm going to tell you this right now, save it in game.
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that this time.
And then don't even sweat. Seriously, don't sweat trying to figure out how to get that to me on the downloading files. It takes 5 minutes at most if we just do it together. Okay. I'll kind of guide you through that. So if you save it and you're like, I have no fucking clue where this is, I will figure it. I'll get you it.
Roger that. And same thing, hard fought game, winner loss?
Yes, a hard fought game, winner loss. It's just a game where you're like, damn. Or I like to do these too. I don't love to do this, but if you feel like you've peaked and you're starting to peak really well, like let's say you hit champ, right? And you just want to show me that promotion champ game, or you want to show me that game where you're like, yeah, look at me stomping on these champs. Like, I don't mind if it's an ego VOD if you've gotten to your goal, okay?
All right.
Good. Anything else?
I think that's about it, man.
Cool. So I sent you this Google Docs. If you have any questions, please, seriously, just reach out to me.
Roger that.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Very awesome. That's the first time I've ever been, trained or classed or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, coached or whatever you want to say. Yeah, well, cool. Awesome. Awesome. I wish you the best of luck. If you need help, though, let me know.
All right. Will do. Thank you very much.
All right. Peace out.
All right. Bye.
Sick. Cool. Awesome. I'll talk about my little concerns before I go into the follow-up. My little bit of concerns for him is that speed, he's gonna really have to work on speed with mechanics. His mechanics aren't the best. I think they will suffice in C1. However, it's gonna be a little bit tough, I can tell, for him to play quickly and using mechanics consistently. But I wish him the best of luck. We'll see him in a week. I'm just going to kind of help you out on this. What this is supposed to be is this is a follow-up for your first session. Obviously, you know that. So with that said, you are supposed to explain to me what is happening in the games, your goods, your bads. Because with fundamentals, you're supposed to be able to essentially coach yourself eventually, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to understand the game enough to where you can kind of put your own twist on everything. So yeah, we'll have you talk me through the game. Just tell me when to pause, tell me when to do whatever, and then we'll kind of go from there. I'll kind of give you some extra stuff to send you off with.
All right.
But, I think that's pretty much everything. I'm gonna open up this replay. Is it Beach loss?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
We lost.
What did you do well with? What did you struggle with? Just talk me through this last week. What happened? What were the goods and bads? Also, where did you end up?
Okay, so
Peaking
I
and
dropped back down. I peaked it at 1,155, but now I'm back down to 1,047.
With 1,155, you said.
Yes. That was the highest I got. I was in champ, and I got all my champ wins, which was dope. So I'll get the champ rewards, but I'm back down to diamond.
1,155. So you went up from 938.
Yes.
Which is Diamond 2 all the way into Champion.
Yeah.
So that's huge, obviously. So congratulations already on that. So yeah, if you look at your RL tracker, I don't know if you can see on stream, it kind of looks like you almost got boosted, just to be quite honest.
Roger that.
And that's like what kind of a lot of people have done when they go through my coaching. You went up like 200 MMR.
I was like 150. I was losing track. I had very, very good games, like at the beginning of last week, and then it just dropped after that. Like I've been having like terrible games. I've been messing up and getting nervous. Really.
Got you. So yeah. even in this slump that you had, how many games did you play? Let me see.
I don't remember.
You had 120. You played more than enough. So you went up. Let's just go over this really fast. Your slump after going up is still 100 MMR plus where you started in the week.
Yeah.
So that's still just a win in itself. But you went up. Yeah, you went up 200 MMR in like half a week. So you're.
Yeah.
So yeah, seriously, good work. So what do you think? What was the reasoning for going up 200? What do you think was the reasoning you went up for 200 MMR? What was like something that stuck with you that helped you climb that much?
Honestly,
that's actually fucking wild. You went up 200 fucking MMR in a week.
Faster. Like
after being stuck in a rank.
Faster. I think helped a lot.
Okay, gotcha.
A lot, yeah. And then
he was like hard stuck for.
Another thing I noticed and then when I was getting into the champ lobby was my boost management. Like I'd be stuck 0 boost and then be like scrambling to find it, and I didn't really have that problem before.
Okay.
So I've kind of, I don't know how I did, but I kind of noticed myself getting better with my boost.
Okay.
That kind of happened. But
yeah, boost management. I don't know if we talked about that. Doesn't look like we did talk about that.
Yeah, in the replay that I showed you, I didn't have that problem at the time. But I noticed that problem occurring more whenever I was getting in the higher lobbies.
And final question: you said you dropped MMR 100, but you still went up 100. What do you? Well, was that your struggle? Would you say that was your biggest struggle? Is just like boost management once you started getting into higher ranks, playing faster?
Yeah, that was a big one, and then, really my accuracy or my consistency with my accuracy.
I got you. Just like power shooting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, boost management is probably. I'm not even gonna watch your gameplay, and I'm gonna watch it. But I think the biggest thing for your boost management is, as a lot of players start to play higher ranks, they think they have to recover 3 times as fast. So you use more boost to recover than you're on defense with 0 boost. And since you're on defense with 0 boost, you'll collect 2 pads. You'll have 24, and then you'll jump up for the ball, use all 24, and then you can get back on offense, and then you're just in this constant cycle where you're always behind the play. So that said, as you just play, I'm gonna obviously watch this and give you something else. As you play though, just like use your recoveries. Use a fucking front flip that still will get you back. You know, you can front flip twice and you'll be at supersonic speed with like 2 boost.
Yeah.
But yes, playing in a higher rank is a little bit intimidating. But awesome, champ wins. So let's go over this. Do you have any questions or anything to say before we go through this?
I don't.
Okay, again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this. We're going to talk you through it. You're going to just explain everything to me. And I kind of want you to kind of coach yourself on this. But it's also a showcase of how much you have improved as well. That's why I like to do these. So you're going to talk me through it, tell me to pause, tell me to rewind, whatever you want to do. And then we will watch this from Jinx's point of view. Jinx, correct? Is that how I say your name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we'll watch it from Jinx's point of view. I'll kind of give him 2 or 3 things that he could probably really work on in the near future. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right. Talk me through it. I'm going to pause. I'm going to do whatever.
Yeah, that was rough right there.
You're good. It's a really sequence of kind of just weird mechanical events.
Right there, really messed up on defense.
This replay is from, I'm gonna guess, this replay is from yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Okay, I can
So
tell you're
it's about
okay.
low diamond.
I can tell you're
Or
not playing with
high
much
diamond.
confidence.
Yeah.
Your inputs look soft in the sense that like when you go for dodges or like wave dashes, they don't look like you've fully pushed through the input. And then that challenge, same thing. It's all good though. Let's see what we have. Just keep talk me through this. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. Notice myself doing that a lot, just kind of giving up possession, passing it out.
Sure. So the like golden rule for clearing the ball is like if you're gonna clear it in the air, because they can't attack you right away. As soon as you clear on the ground, it's just the dude instantly has control. And especially if this guy's any higher than like Champ 2, he's gonna probably air dribble it at you or something.
Yeah.
Versus if you blast this in the air, you're gonna force him to use at least probably 30-40 of his boost to get back. Not good though, but yeah, it's just a good thing to notice. If you have to clear it in the air if you can.
Yeah. Shouldn't have come in that way.
Yeah.
And I hesitated.
I'm gonna be honest with you, you're probably gonna drop the diamond one. If you have this, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but if you play with confidence like this, I can tell every time you make a decision, you second guess it, and then you actually go with the original decision. And it sucks because you've just essentially went up 200 MMR. I don't want you to go down 200. You've gone down 100. Your confidence is going to be a little bit lower. With that said, you understand the game more than these players, and you're showing it by your initial decision. However, you're double backing when you do something, and then it forces your decision to be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna keep going.
Do that.
Good. That's like your first full send. You beat a player. It's a little bit questionable, but nonetheless, you still at least went for the ball. Same thing. You're gonna full send it here, right? Look how when you full send the ball, you guys are on offense. If you don't full send your challenges, if you don't trust yourself on your challenge, you're not gonna be playing offense. This is a little bit questionable, but it's good because you actually went for the ball.
I'll do that.
You put yourself you put your team in a bad spot. However, that's like the first ball you've actually like, not the first, but like the third or fourth ball that you've like actually just decided to go for.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying about your touches. They're a little bit inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
You're not pushing yourself through the ball. You could probably hit C2, C3 if you like actually go through with the ball, like through your challenges. That's gonna be like something you need to do though. Whenever you push a challenge, push a ball. And same thing here. It's just like what just happened. Your teammate gets demoed. All we need to do is buy how much time do we need to buy when your teammate's demoed?
Just enough time for him to get back.
So about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Your teammate's demoed here. So there's 1, 2, 3. By the time the ball is right here, your teammate is going to be spawning. Your teammate spawns. Pretty much half a second or a quarter of a second after I said who he was. So your teammate is going to be in a weird spot with 33 boost. The best thing you can do possibly is challenge.
Yeah.
And your old replays, you would have just dove this. However, now we've become 2 goalies that aren't really moving. Your second man is having to dive. It's not, you're not following, like, you're not following the fundamentals because you're overthinking things and you're not confident. And I don't know if that's because you dropped rank. I don't know if that's just because maybe some stuff slipped your mind and that happens, you know? But you're not following fundamentals because at this point your second man's jumping for a ball that was on the ground and then only went into the air because the player had enough room and space to go up.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
My mental has been very bad since I lost it.
Yeah.
Lost champ.
I don't blame you. I'm right there with you. I need to see a therapist because I lost GC3. See, even this, like, I'm just gonna say it. If you just like blast it, it's a goal.
Yeah.
However, you give us a slight opportunity. I don't know how the fuck you got that much power off a backflip, but with that said, like, just blasting the ball. Send your challenges. Like, you will genuinely get back to champ 1 if you like send your challenges. Your kickoffs are a little bit clunky too, but
yeah,
same thing. Send those.
I need
challenges.
to be working on them.
Yeah. Like, that's a really good controlled touch. Do you get bumped off? Sure, but you still get the ball back. Great, and you rotate out. Your teammate gets an open net. Look, well, this is, like, obviously, like, you get a goal. And, like, I can say, like, oh, great, Rocket League. Not once have I seen you come for a ball and slow play it due to wanting to control it rather than due to not having the confidence to play it quickly.
Yeah.
Like this, I can tell it's controlled. You're going for a play. You're trying to hit it to the wall. You're trying to hit it to a spot you can get to and only you can get to. Yes, they pre-jump you, sure, whatever. It sucks. But you still realize that you can still go and make a play out of it. And sure, that's not the best shot, but it's a good shot to make it awkward. Like, it was well placed.
Yeah.
Again, I don't see much fundamental lapse. I see a lot of just hesitation, which, again, like I've talked about, if you hesitate, it's always going to be the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Great, so we go quick. Sure. What do we do out of this? Good, the ball's in the air, you rotate out, second man's turn. Sure, fine, whatever. Maybe you counterattack quicker, but that's fine. You go far post, you need to probably start playing backward, fine, ball's on the ground. You probably get a goal from that because you didn't hesitate. No. Anyway, you do the right thing, and you're rewarded. You go quick. You say, I'm going for this ball. This player, let's watch what Ghost does here. Let's see. Ghost, boosting, boosting, boosting. And he still, he even stops boosting as he gets to that crease. And I don't think he would have 50'd you, but he would have been a whole lot closer if he didn't stop. And then you take a crazy challenge, but whatever, sure. You beat them, teammate has a shot, great. It's a good shot. You're getting goals off of doing the right things without hesitating. I don't really think there's much to be said on gameplay like this. Even if this was your first review, I would still just say you're hesitating everywhere, which is not much I can really help you with.
Yeah.
Other than we can just have like a small talk about what hesitation like really is, how to avoid it. What happened here? For pass facing, your teammate went 4 ball. Yeah, I guess so. That's a good shot, that too. I think it was okay. You probably should have gone for the bump or something on him, but.
Roger that.
That's more situational, obviously, though. Touchdown. Good, you're pushing the ball as first man. What happens? You get the ball as a team. That's like how you get rewarded. Great. Who's 50? Great, you're first man. You're challenging. You didn't do this before. Your teammate has such an easy time with this because your teammate doesn't have to fucking do anything. You went up on the offense. You attack. Was your attack the best? No. However, you take a first man challenge here instead of leaving, which stops them from attacking you. You actually get to attack again. Wasn't the best touch or whatever. You take a challenge. Your teammate does a great job buying you time for you to get back, and then you also then stop them from attacking. That wasn't the best ball, obviously, for the bounce, but you're understanding the game. Before, you would just be leaving that, I feel like.
Yeah, most definitely.
I don't mind that. You're at 12 seconds. That's it. It's a good bump, too. Like, that's really good gameplay.
Appreciate it. I just need to work on my hesitating. My confidence has definitely dropped.
Of course, yeah. You've slumped 100 down. But you're still 100 up from where you started, so you should still be able to pat yourself on the back and move forward. And yeah, it sucks, but
yeah, your
teammate can get a 3-pointer here, but that's a bummer. Anyway, so what... What the whole talk with confidence? Have you played a sport before? You said we've talked about this.
Yeah, I played football.
Football, yeah. So it's that same thing. I think we might have talked about it a bit, but you have to make a play, and you have to think of the play right before you do it. You have to actively think of what you're gonna do, and you would do it in football. And as soon as you decide that's the play, you have to do it, right? Like, there's nothing else than you just having to do it, and you're going to have to live with the consequences, whether it's good or bad, right? There's nothing else you can do or say. And that's what you need to do on the Rocket League field. Like, even if you, like, when you dove that ball, that was, like, a pretty questionable fucking ball. It's like a glimpse of hope, though, because you went for a ball that you just didn't slow down or, like, stop for. Obviously, it's okay to stop and control a ball, but...
yeah.
The only time you would stop and really control the ball was there was one time that was like actually controlled, but the other times was you hesitating and not being able to push through it. Yes, your accuracy on shooting needs a lot of work, and so does your kickoffs. Your kickoff needs a lot of work. The three things I would like genuinely give you, and I'm not gonna give you these because I'm not gonna write them down unless you really want me to, but I think there's enough there still. I would just say what you're kind of, if you're still grinding, you say you want to get back to champ or whatever you want to do with the game. What was your goal?
Get to champ. For friends.
Yeah, so okay, that's right. You wanted to just hit champ before your friends, and you did that then?
Yeah.
I assume. Obviously, your friends probably didn't climb as fast as you did.
Yeah.
And you have a champ reward, so you can flex you on your friends. So my biggest thing for you is as you just kind of play going forward, is just have confidence. Like, just send the play and then think about it after. Again, your goal was to hit champ in Rocket League, and like you've essentially achieved your goal in a week. And it looks like you've been in D2 for quite some time. It looked like you were 6-7 months here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've done your goal, and like I said, if you want to push to GC or whatever you might want to do, I would aside from not hesitating, I would say work on your power shooting. Your power shooting is kind of... You don't push through the ball when you need to.
Yeah.
Like, just dodge into the ball. You kind of dodge away from the ball. You kind of don't put all your power through the ball. Another thing is you never go backboard. And a lot of people don't use the environment in this rank. So, and I'm sure you kind of maybe noticed it a little bit in Champ 1. People would kind of be on the sidewalls. People would sometimes be on the backboard. I'm using the environment a bit, going on the backboard, even if it's low backboard, like even, not gonna say like there'd be somebody here, but like even like right here, like low backboard is gonna help you a lot. Just because you can drive up. If the ball's like lobbed up, you can just slowly drive up without using any boost. And then my final thing is, every time you go for the ball, I don't think you do this. It's gonna be a situational thing for you. And I mean, it's kind of goes for everybody too. It's a fundamental part of the game as you get better. But every time you go for the ball, you want to see where your opponents are at before you make a play. That's not me saying slow play everything, but if you see your opponents diving you, you gotta go fast. If you see your opponents not diving you, pop it up for yourself, air dribble, pop it to the side, you know, control it quickly and start moving forwards. I don't think you look for your opponents when you're hitting the ball, it looks like. Yeah. Could you agree with that?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Like, I think the only, like, times you look at the ball is when you're shooting. Like, let's look at this here. I was going to say, you just shot the ball here. I mean, this is a 50, never mind. I was going to say, I thought we had a shot recently. That's kind of what I would give you. Those are, like, my 3 things for you, like, gameplay-wise. Oh, that's right. We just attacked here. So, we don't really... This is you trying to shoot it off the sidewall. That's your shooting accuracy. That's a harder one, though, because you're on the wall. You take this touch, and you have nobody challenging you.
Yeah.
You have 61 boost, and you have a whole lot of space. And yes, Frosty Thief is going to come towards you in a second here. However, the space that you have is in the air. Or right in front of you if you slow play. However, as soon as you hit here, it's a really easy chow. And yeah, sure, you're going to go okay 50. But I want you to kind of like there's actions that we can do as humans, like dribbling a basketball. As you get a little bit better, you don't have to look at the ball, right?
Yeah. You
can observe the court. And it's not saying when you're doing all these crazy moves or doing something, you can't look at the ball. You kind of want to have that same thing. It's like, okay, I know where the ball's going to bounce. I know where my car's at. I know kind of the action I need to do so I can look at the defenders for a second, right? So you kind of want to do that. That's kind of my 3 things for you. It's just shooting accuracy, start to use the environment a bit, go on sidewalls a little bit more, go on backboard a little bit more, and then really observe, be aware of what your opponents are doing so you can get the best out of your plays. And
kickoffs.
Yeah, kickoffs, but all 3 of those are pretty fun to work on. Like being able to rip a shot 70 miles an hour at a top corner and like laughing at the defender because they couldn't save it with your friends is like fun. Getting backboard saves is really fun. Sidewall shots, all of that stuff is fun. And then figuring out how spacing works, it takes a little bit longer, but that's also a really fun thing to work on. Like kickoffs aren't a fun thing to work on. Shadow defense isn't really fun to work on. Those are like fun things that you can kind of look forward to as you play more, is kind of what I'm giving you. Again, because you hit your goal. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. And I think if you just work on your confidence with this gameplay alone, just like trust yourself and you're gonna hit champ again. Like you've done it now. Like I said, your goal was champ and you did it in a literal week. So that should be enough confidence to kind of get you back there. And it sucks that you know, might have lost it, but you'll get it back as long as you just play with confidence.
Roger that.
And again, if you play with confidence and you make a stupid decision, just tell yourself, damn, I made a dumb decision, my bad. You know? Or if you're playing with friends, like the most fun part is like if you dive a ball and they don't save it as last man, just fucking dog on them for not saving it. You know, they get air dribble bumped by 2 players and you're like, oh, that's on you. Because you dove, right? Like, you know, just have fun with it. But yeah, no, seriously, good job this week. Like, really, I mean, you achieved your goal. Like, yeah, sure, you lost it, but that's just part of like Rocket League. That's just like part of playing. You're gonna climb. You're gonna drop. Most players drop a little bit after they peak. You know. Yeah. Again, so you went up 200 MMR in a week, and then you dropped 100. But still, who cares? You literally achieved your goal.
Still got 100. Yeah.
Yeah, still got 100 and still peaked 200, and that's kind of I kind of more so look at peaks too, because there comes a point, and I'm sure you realized it too, where you're like, damn, I'm on a roll, damn, I'm on a roll, damn, I'm on a roll, and you're like, wow, I went from D2 to fucking C1, and you're like, I achieved my goal, and then you realize, wait a minute, I'm in this rank that I've never touched before, and then there's something that clicks in your brain that you're like, wait a minute, these players are better than me. Wait a minute, like, I've never been here before. Holy shit, like, these players are good. And then there goes your peak, because you're kind of, like, overthinking the players, let alone what you're doing, and that's just what we do. But no, seriously, good fucking shit, dude. That's really good, really good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Grinding.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's Rocket League for you right there. I mean, I don't know what goal is with Rocket League now, but you've achieved your goal.
Yeah. I guess just keep on grinding and see how high I can get.
Yeah, just keep having fun. Especially now, like you said, your race was to champ with your friends, and I mean, sounds like you beat them all, so yeah, we'll take that. I mean, do you have anything else for me, or do you have questions or anything?
Not really. I did want to say I played some threes with some of my buddies. Like when a friend got on, I'd hop on with them. I'm at 996 on threes.
Okay.
Kind of getting up there in threes as well.
Yeah, threes is interesting. Threes is more so field coverage rather than individual skill. This is gonna be the end of the video kind of talk. I'm just gonna edit this in really fast. I kind of just edited everything. It's still a pretty long video. However, if you made it this far in the video, I really, really appreciate you. And a huge shout out to FuzzWuz for putting in the time, putting in the effort, and that really goes to show what effort and time does if you have a learning mindset. I think I said it to him more than a couple times, but I'm really proud of him. Drop some nice words. If you made it this far in the video, I already appreciate it, but drop some nice words for FuzzWuz. He was great. He did a really good job. He asked me a couple questions here and there. I really, really appreciate his effort and time. So, FuzzWuz, I'm really proud of you. Same thing. Thanks for making it this far in the video. Coaching with a heart. Yeah, it's same results for a lot of people. I just haven't really recorded it. Usually people go up 150 to 200 MMR, even if they've been hard stuck before. So, much love to FuzzWuz. Show some support to him as well. Appreciate it. Peace out, guys.